Gwen, disappointing result today in a really good game of cricket after a great start of the season. How do you sum it up?
Yeah, I think days like Yorkshire are not going to come around very often, and I think we knew that. You can't really hide away from our fielding today let us down. Probably lost us the game, if we're going to be honest. So, we'll pick ourselves back up, we'll dust ourselves off, and we'll go again for Monday. I think the good thing is we haven't got very long to dwell on it, so we can just go again on Monday and try and reset what went wrong today.
Yeah, I think from a personal point of view, runs again today, you look really comfortable at the crease on not the easiest of pitches, you did a bit all day, and you've been pretty solid form all season. How are you feeling at the moment?
Yeah, I think it was nice to get a few today. I was frustrated obviously in Yorkshire to sort of get a start and then not kick on. So yeah, it was nice to get to 50 today, but can't help but think I've left quite a few out there. But like you say, it was a tricky pitch I think in the second innings for us. And when you have a day like that, you just got to take what you can get. And unfortunately, we didn't really cash in. So. It is what it is. Like I said, we'll dust ourselves off. We'll go again on Monday, and hopefully we can put in a better performance all round against Northants.
You seem to have built quite a good partnership with Boyks already at the top of the order. You played with it before. How easy has that been for you to pick up that kind of relationship, build that partnership?
Yeah, we trust each other's game. We know each other quite well. Obviously, we've known each other for quite a few years, and I think there's a hell of a lot of trust there. I think it works well with the right hand, left hand. We cause a bit of trouble with that, and the bowler's got to really work hard to stay on their line. So I think naturally, if we're busy and we keep changing the strike, then we're going to be a pain in the bum. But yeah, I really enjoy playing with Boyks and opening the batter with her. We've got a trust in our partnership, so it works really well.
It seems to be a bit of a game plan. You build a solid start at the top with Boyks, the top order, and then allow people like Bryony and Amy to kind of bat really freely at the bottom.
Yeah, I think it's really important for the younger girls that haven't quite got the same experience to have that freedom. And if Boyks and I are able to allow that to happen, then we've done our job. Both of us we want to be quite selfish. We want to stay in for longer and score those big runs. We both feel like we left big scores out there today. But yeah, if we can do our job, take the shine off the new ball, get through that difficult period for the younger ones to come in and play with freedom, that's exactly how we want to go about our 50 overs.
Looking forward to Monday. What positives are there to take forward to that game?
Yeah, I think, to be honest, since the first game at Yorkshire, everybody's contributed in some sort of way. We just need to put it all together now. So I'm looking forward to going to Northants, to be able to put that into practice and to get everyone not everyone, but like a few people to put their hands up. I think that's what didn't happen today in our bowling innings. There wasn't anyone that put their hand up to take a screamer in the field or take that sort of magic wicket is what we needed to break that partnership in the middle. So what we want is 2 or 3 people to chip in, and I think look, we've had an off day today. We'll move on quickly, so I'm looking forward to hitting the ground running again in Northants on Monday.
I think new style knockout cup competition this year, so it can go all the way through FA Cup style, I suppose. How exciting is that to be part of?
Yeah, really exciting, to be honest. It's nice to sort of in Tier 2, you sort of look at the teams, who you're going to get. You're expected to come up against half-decent sides and someone that's, some teams that are going to really challenge you. So I think the inconsistency, in a way, I guess, of the FA Cup style competition is going to keep everyone on their toes. I think Northants will be a tough opponent for us on Monday, and then obviously if we win that, we might get Shropshire or Norfolk. So, we can't really go and turn up to every game thinking we know what we're going to get. We're not going to know what we're going to get. So I think that's going to keep us all on our toes, and it makes it more exciting, to be honest.
And I think you obviously had a really good result in the big win against Yorkshire opening day of the season, who are practically a Tier 1 side. Well, they are literally a Tier 1 side in waiting with a load of pros. Yeah. Does that kind of result and performance kind of no one should phase you going forward? Is that fair to say? Yeah,
I don't want us to go there thinking like nothing should phase us. I think we still need to get our discipline right. We need to do the basics right, and I think as long as we do that, it should stand us in good stead. But yeah, of course, like coming away from Yorkshire with such a big win like that gives us massive confidence, and it sort of reminded us that this is a really good squad. We've got people waiting in the wings to come in that could easily do a job for us as well. So I think that's the most exciting bit, and just trusting each other's abilities, and we could go far in this competition. So yeah, it's really exciting.
This is Mike the Plasterer. He needs a trusted supplier for his materials and tools. Mike needs Profile Store. With an easy-to-use website, you can check stock online, order it and collect it within the hour. Profile Store offer free delivery over £125 and fast overnight shipping. With over 2,000 products in stock, they're sure to have what you need. So get yourself down to the trade counter in Kidderminster today. Get the job done with profilestore.co.uk.